For a while ha. Inom lang ako ng gamot. Sandali. For the members of Group 1, sino members ng Group 1 gani?
Yeah, Barroso po. Barroso ko lang po. Fabian niya.
Kaya ka. Basta. Alvin Kula. Maghanoy. Fabianya. Morsha. Kagampang. Baruso. Hanapin ko yung mga. I have already given you also already the PCIs, no? The evaluation tool. Oral, ano ninyo? Binigyan ko kayo last time. Oral presentation nila for your grades. Maghanoy, Fabianya, Morsha, Kagampang. Sinong kulang ko? Baroso. Baroso, did you fill up itong oral, ano?
Ano na, ma'am?
Evaluation tool, yung mga papel-papel pinapirmahan ko sa first part.
Ay, katong paper nga katong nagyatag sa atong face-to-face,
Oo.
ma'am. Ma'am. Nagpasa ko ato, ma'am.
Saan mo kuhaan papel? Wala akong tinong papel din. Wala sa basig na ipit lang. Maghanoy, Bianya, Morsha, Kagampang.
Ay, giapas, sir. Dito siya, ma'am. Katong, pero napasa na ko to siya sa kuan, pero na, giapas lang. Kasi nasa last, ma'am.
Hanap ko yung papel mo. Nasaan kaya? Sa kahat yung papel. Yapas ang mo ha. At sa pangitaon sa awesome eh. Pangita lang kung extra diri wait. I don't know if I still have extra in here. Wait. cannot find your paper. Okay lang. Kita ako ng extra. Ang Zoom hindi man pwede mapaliitan, no? O pwede? Kalahati ng screen. Ay, hindi. Teka, sandali ha. Pag-aralan ko paano itong Zoom na to. Paano alisin itong chat box sa Zoom?
Ano ma'am, press naman natin yung X na ano ma'am, button sa upper right sa chat.
Kasi ma-off tanan ako Parang off man ni siya tanan. Gusto na ko para yung screen lang kalahati pa kasi I can read at the same time your manuscript. Ayun. Okay, so I'll move this one to other side para masabay ko side by side. Makita ko yung presentation. Para dainin mo na ni. Okay? So, have you chosen? Kung sino yung ano? You can lower down your hands. Why are you raising your hands? May na ano na kayo? Busy eyes? Sige, pag-usapan nyo busy eyes, sinuunahin nyo anong mga parts nila para maano. Then give it to me kung anong lang sa i-message nyo lang sa akin. Give you to mga 2 minutes to do that.
Okay, ma'am. Nakapili namin, ma'am. For intro and objectives, it's Miss Advincula, Genogram and Family Developmental, Miss Barroso, Kagampang, EcoMap and Initial Database, Fabiania, Fabiania is Family Coping Index and Prioritization of the Problem. And then lastly, Magano'y, wait lang po. Fabiania and Magano'y sa ano na lang kayong dalawa. Prioritization of the problem. Then your family nursing care plan. And then implications will be Mauricia. Kuha, guys.
Sir, paulit gani, sir, sa ako ang IDB, sir, no?
Yes po, family
Sige
development.
po. Kami duha ni Kagampang, sir, or ako lang po?
Ikaw lang po.
Sige po.
For Kagampang is EcoMap and initial database with Genogram. And then Fabiania is Family Coping Index. And then for prioritization, Magano'y na lang. And then for Morsha is implications to the nursing. And then yung family care plan niya. By, di ba?
Ano sa ako, sir?
Prioritization.
Tanan,
Right.
sir?
Opo.
Sige, sir.
Okay, start na kayo, guys.
Wait lang po.
Are you talking sa din ko lang? Nag-ano po?
No po, ma'am. Ay, no po, sir.
Ano yun? May intercept akong ano ba yan? Okay, let's start.
So, good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to discuss about the family care, family case study on our group. So the perception of neighborhood will always be influenced by the status of perception each day. The family community health nursing meets the public's demands for health care. People who live in a community are a group of people who share common beliefs and interests, as well as the geographic borders. No two communities are alike. A nurse who works in the community gains knowledge on how to communicate with adjust to the various types of individuals. In the community health nursing, the family is regarded as a fundamental unit of care. A person develops his or her health values, beliefs, and
Excuse me.
practices.
What is this group? Group 2 ba ito? Group 1?
Group 1 po.
Group 1, di ba? Sandali. Tama ba itong gibuksan ko? Paalwin ko lang Barroso mo lang ito. Okay. I've been looking for, sige, continue what you're saying.
Mag-start na po ako ulit.
Okay.
So, good morning, everyone. I am Christine Medvingola. Today, I'm going to discuss our family case study, our group. So, the introduction, the family is the primary unit of society. According to Duval, each family is made up of 2 or more members of the same groups who live together from emotional attachments with one another and have particular duties to fulfill for each other. The family is essential to individuals because it can improve one's physical, emotional, and mental health, and because it provides benefits to people and cannot be found elsewhere. There are many challenges influence over all health communities. Infectious diseases such as diarrhea, this can spiral out of control in many urban settings. Children's health and well-being are threatened by preventable diseases like leptospirosis and malnutrition. Unequal access to healthcare and insurance coverage has notably increased morbidity and mortality among infants. The perception of the neighborhood will always be influenced by the status or perception of each family. Community health nursing meets the public's demands for healthcare. People who live in a community are a group of people or who share common beliefs and interests as well as graphic borders. No two communities are alike. A nurse who works in a community gains knowledge on how to communicate with and adjust various types of individuals. In community health nursing, the family is regarded as the fundamental unit of care. A person develops his or her health beliefs, health values, and practices within the family. The family has significant impact on a person's health behaviors. With this, it is important that families and the community are aware of the things and practices pertaining to their health. The likelihood that pregnant women will contract the coronavirus is unknown to experts. However, due to the changes that occur in women during pregnancy, some illness may be more likely to affect them. People who are pregnant or recently pregnant and those who live with or visit them should take steps to protect themselves from getting sick with COVID-19 and so wearing face masks. On the other hand, the average gestational period is 40 weeks long, or roughly 280 days, from start of your last period. Although some women deliver later than expected, most women go into labor within a week of this date. It is regarded as overdue labor if it doesn't begin by the time you are 40 weeks pregnant. There is a vast variation in what is typical for them for when newborns arrive, but every baby is unique. The reason why being beyond due occasionally occurs isn't clear. If you're obese, have never been given birth before, or you are above the age of 30, you are most likely to be past due. Additionally, risks associated with high blood pressure during pregnancy includes decreased placental blood flow. The fetus may obtain less oxygen and nutrients if the placenta doesn't get enough blood. Low birth weight, intrauterine growth restriction, and premature birth can result from this. Globally, the incidence of hypertensive disorders of pregnancy increased from 16.30 million to 18.8 million globally, with total increase of 10.92% from 1990 to 2019. One of these high-risk conditions is hypertension in pregnancy. In the Philippines, preeclampsia and eclampsia were the cause of up to 30 of maternal deaths according to the Department of Health Philippine Health Statistics of 2017. From baseline figures of 2014, maternal deaths have decreased by 53% and infant deaths have decreased by 32% in the whole Davao region in 2017. Meanwhile, the maternal deaths were reduced by 41% and infant deaths by 12% in the 10 project sites from 2014 to 2017. Through this case, health-related programs are identified. not wearing face masks, overdue pregnancy, and hypertension, thus giving the student nurse a hint on where to act on how to intervene. The family that was chosen is a picture of the majority family here in our country, a family living in a poor environmental condition without enough resources and lacks knowledge on vital health information and experiences on socioeconomic related problems. Through this, third tiring as it is, reaching out to this family and mingling with them makes the student nurses feel the sense of fulfillment as they share knowledge, skills, and time to aid, uplifting the condition of the family. Next is the goals and objectives of our case study. The general objectives at the end of the community health nursing rotation, the subgroup one of BSN2R, group 1 students nurses will be able to formulate a comprehensive family case study that will hone their knowledge and skills about the case situations assigned for them to be able to apply to the principles and concepts of CHN in the community setting. Our specific objectives is first is to present an overview of CHN in the case study. Next is to formulate objectives that are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bounded. Next is to utilize the Family Coping Index to assess the need of nursing care to the family. Next is to prioritize 3 main problems of the family. Then we're going to formulate the nursing care plans out of 3 main topics that were identified. Next is to identify the appropriate nursing interventions needed to meet the goal and prioritize and specifies family nursing care plan. And then lastly, we're going to elaborate the nursing implications of the family case study to nursing education, nursing practice, and nursing research. Next is the national database.
Okay, for the initial database, family X is a patriarchal family with A as the dominant family member. So A is the father and
Hold
L
on,
is
hold on,
yes,
hold
ma'am.
on. I will ask questions first.
Sige po.
Okay, let's go back to the introduction, identify the questions. Okay. The references that you have mentioned in here are already old. Yeah, it should be at least the latest in here. You were trying to give us in here definition of what a family is according to Duval, no, that's 1971. That's quite old, no. You have to look for a new reference now. It's not always be your reference that we're using in school. Okay, so made up of 2 or more family members. I would like to ask, why did you mention in here a lot of issues like infectious diseases, diarrhea, can spiral out of control from in many urban setting? Why? What was the case of your client? If I am going to read your introduction, it seems like your client has so much problem. So I am expecting to see all of these things in here. Kasi naka-mention siya eh. Ano ba talaga ang issue ng pasyente niyo? What is this case all about? Simply saying, what is this case all about? Can you simplify it? Sino yung nauna gaya nagsalita?
Ako po, ma'am.
Advincula, no?
Yes po.
Can you simplify your introduction? How can you how are you going to introduce it to us, the case of your client? Simply saying, this case of what makes it interesting? Why do we have to talk about this family?
Their health-related problems po of not wearing face mask, overdue pregnancy, and the hypertension po.
So what about it? Why are you so focused on the health? How are you going to convince me that that is something that we need to look into? Where in fact nowadays, just very recently, there's already a approval from the president that if you're outdoor, you can, there's no need for you to wear mask. You can choose whether to wear or not to wear mask. So what makes it so significant? Well, in fact, there's already a law or a memorandum that is presented by the president of the country. Not wearing mask is already acceptable if they are outdoor.
In terms of the COVID po, the COVID is still prevalent and buntis po si mama. And then ang ilang vaccine percentage po is 58% and nasa live bad effects po sa health nila.
Okay, but I did not see that here. I did not see it in your you didn't even mention that this community doesn't have has a very low turnout of vaccine, but your client is vaccinated, I presume. So why is the introduction so focused on that? What is the real focus of your study here? Who is the real focus? Who's your focus here?
The pregnant woman po, ma'am.
Okay, so what about the pregnant woman? Can you tell me more about the pregnant woman? Why do you think this woman is interesting to study? Aside from the fact this is the client that was given to you, but I guess you have to make it more interesting because we did not have the chance to choose our own client, whether to choose one from the other choices because we were not given any other choices there. We were given directly, so this will be your patient. Now the thing is, how are we going to make it something, this case, something more interesting for us to know about this client? Gawin mo siyang, kumbaga, it's like a food. You make it, you present it to the public that will make it very appealing, no? Parang matakam-takam sila magtingin doon, ganda ng pagkain mo, parang masarap masyado. So ano meron doon? In your case?
Interesting po yung ng patient dahil may high risk one patient and nasa history of overdue and miscarriage po.
So what about it? Can you tell me more about to make it more interesting? And because you mentioned the very first what you call this paragraph that you presented is about a family that you have defined what the family is, and you even mentioned here the family is made up of two or more members from the same groups who have lived together. So that means to say, I know because I already have a background about your family. I know that this family is composed of two members. Okay. So what about it? Anything else that you would like to hear about your client? If that is a case of the client is a case of history of overdue delivery, okay, leading to what? And then what? A history of miscarriage also. So what makes it so special about it? Can you give us an incidence of these cases? Incidence of these cases. Anong binigyan niyo ng incidence dito? Sa hypertension man yata, kay the client is not even hypertensive. Diba? Your client is not even hypertensive. Did you check the vital signs? I think the client is not even hypertensive. You have in here, you have a census on statistical report on globally about hypertension, but the client is not even hypertensive.
We get to formulate interventions po that can help the client, and then we identify the preventive measures po.
But the case is not hypertension. Maybe in as part of your that is as part later of your manuscript, things that you can help the patient in order to prevent occurrence of hypertension. But the thing is, he doesn't even have a history of hypertension, even in the past pregnancies, isn't it?
Ano po, yung result sa biostix po na may trace po na may possibility na sa urine nag-base, warning sign lang po. Base sa urine test.
Based sa urine test. Remember ha, altered ba ang result nyo kahapon kaya unsa to niyo pag-perform. Gunit-gunitan ba ito niyo yung kuan ha? Strip gahapon. Okay? Sige. Can you tell me a statistical report about, can you give us a statistical report about the case of your client? What is definitely the case of your client in here? How would you define the client? Automatic ba tayo hypertensive PIH kagad siya? Ano ba siya? Ano ba talagang case ng client mo?
Ano po? O ay may history po siya sa overdue pregnancy sa iyang home and wala siya yung mask. Wala nagamas ang live-in partner niya po. And then may risk siya
Teka,
for
sandali.
miscarriage.
Saka sandali. The living partner is not wearing mask, but she's wearing mask.
Yes po. Pero at some point,
But so who is the focus here? The husband or the mother?
the mother.
Okay. So what about the mother?
And health risk po siya, ma'am, kasi kaduhan na siya na namatyan po, ma'am.
So what about it? Can you
Miscarriage po.
expound on that one? The one that you're telling me, just right now. Can you expound on that? I guess that's something that's something that's very interesting to hear. Yang kanyang ano, yang sinasabi mong may history siyang ganito. So what about it? Can you expound more on that? Is it something to look into? With that previous history of having an overdue pregnancy or overdue delivery, and then we also have this history of miscarriage that's followed, and how would it probably lead to similar problem, if not exactly the same problem with the current pregnancy? Meron ba tayo, may relationship ba siya? Meron ba tayong dapat titingnan doon, or it's a thing of the past that we just forgo about it, or is it something that kailangan nating balikan? Why? So we have to why do we have to think about it again, and we have to recall all those past experiences that the client had in the previous pregnancies? Why? Does it have an impact on the current pregnancy? Will it possibly happen to the same pregnancy? And what statistical report would prove that having a history of this one would lead to the same possible problem in the current pregnancy? Do you have any reports about it? Kasi ang gusto ko makita doon, ano yung dati na nasa kanya, hindi yung wala pa at hahanapin nyo. Gusto nyo, parang gusto nyo ibigay sa kanya, ito lagi ma'am, imong problema. That's not it. It should be, ano yung naging meron sa kanya, at ano ang posibleng dahil anong nangyayari sa kanya ngayon. Let's look into the relationships. It may not be probably it's a different story now, but the thing is the client do have a history of this one. So probably what actually interests you in this client? Kayo, ano nakita sa pasyente that makes it very interesting? Is it the mask is it about the husband that wearing mask? I don't think so.
The overdue pregnancy po and the miscarriage po.
So what about it? So that's what I wanted to hear. Expound on those. will it put the client's pregnancy, current pregnancy, at risk? Because you already had that history.
Sa miscarriage po is napunitan siya ma'am tungod kay sa kanaog po, and then the overdue po kay lack of knowledge po siya nga kanaday na panahon na siya mga anak po.
Okay, so you were telling me nag-miscarriage because sige siya sa kapanaog. So what? Will it have a same impact, or will it have an impact on the current pregnancy? That's the reason you have presented that's the cause of the miscarriage. Okay? So when we go back on that miscarriage kung dahil sa kapanaog, meron bang dapat i-warning yun?
Sa overdue pregnancy po ma'am, namagod siya history, and amo ginatry na ma-prevent to karon ma'am.
Okay, so you're not worried anymore about the miscarriage. What I wanted to hear in here is how do you relate the history? This is a gravida 4 case.
Worried gyapon mi ma'am nga ma-miscarriage siya kay sige siya sa kanaog ma'am, and then ilap
Hello? Saan naman ito kastorya?
and then sa miscarriage ma'am kay reason kay wa daw siya kabulo na buntis po siya ma'am.
So that's based on the history. So how are you going to present that one? This is my client. This is the case of my client. How do you present it as an introduction?
Since lack of knowledge po ma'am, among ginatry na Tagalog health teaching po ma'am na
That's the
prevent
action.
it po.
I'm just asking about the introduction. How are you going to introduce it to the people reading the manuscript that this is what we are going to talk about in this manuscript? Yun lang.
Sa miscarriage po ma'am, since silang lang duha sa iyang bana po ma'am, sige siya sa kanaog, and ang sa overdue po kay need siya og monthly check-up po.
How are you going to present that in the introduction? I'm asking about the introduction in here. How are you going to present that as part of the introduction only? Just an introduction. Just introduce this to us. This is my client. This client is blah, 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 and so on. What about it? That's something that we want to hear from you as part of the introduction, because you have mentioned so much in the introduction. Parang nawala ka sa focus, nag-focus ka sa community mo. Your focus should be the case of your client, because this is a family case study. We're talking about the family, we're not talking about the environment. The environment will have an effect on the family, but we're talking about the family per se. Just a brief introduction about it. So that if I am the one holding a manuscript, or anybody who's holding the manuscript would say, oh, I'm going to read this. Parang ganun yung dating ba? How are you going to present that one as an introduction? We are just talking about introduction here.
Miscarriage po is a spontaneous loss of a pregnancy before the 12th week, and in the 20th week and um and the overdue po is if you labor doesn't start by the time you're 41 weeks pregnant. And since the patient lacks knowledge on the month na kano sa siya manganak.
Did you, okay? Would you like to give us statistical report on it? On those cases that you've mentioned, which was actually experienced by your client? And that's the reason why you wanted to focus on this client, because your goal is to save the current pregnancy. Okay? Considering that she lost 2 previous babies.
Under the the miscarriage po, it estimates as high as 31% to 50%, including individuals who miscarry before knowing they are pregnant po.
How many percent? What's your reference?
31 to 50 po.
31 to 50%. What's the reference? Where did you get that figure?
Sa DOH po.
DOH. So
DOH
that
para.
is national, domestic yan siya? Is it domestic or global?
Domestic po.
Okay. In what year? Is it the latest?
Yes po, ma'am.
What year?
2020 po.
2020. How about the So that is for the miscarriage. Okay. How about the local report?
And then sa overdue po, ma'am, about 60% of women will give birth on or before their due date. Only about 1 in 10 babies is officially overdue or born beyond 42 weeks of pregnancy. Though based on these statistics, you may be wondering,
Okay. May statistics what?
yun na po, ma'am.
Ano yan siya? Saan yung reference mo? I was wondering why here at the I think this is second to the last. This is the last paragraph for the introduction. This is the last paragraph. Okay. Why did you include, though tiring as it is, reaching out to this family and mingling with them makes the student nurse feel a sense of fulfillment as they share their knowledge, skills, and time to aid in uplifting the conditions. Para kasing, sa simula pa lang nagreklamo na kayo sa introduction pa lang. Though tiring as it is, why did you include? Para bang sa simula pa lang reklamo na kayo, kung magbasa nito, kapoy mo din yun, di lang kung magbasa ani. Sa trabaho ani, kapoy mo din ni. Okay, you remove this though tiring as it is reaching into this family. I think this is not part of the introduction. Because the introduction will just simply give what is this case all about, tell us about the community that they're in, and then the case of the client, and then you have the statistical report, and then what makes it interesting to studies. Ganun naman ang mga laman ng ating introduction, pero wag mo na dagdagan ng okay? So, yung tiring as it is, probably you can put that as part of the implication. No? Pwede siyang ipasok dun sa simula pa lang kasi nagreklamo ka sa simula pa lang, ha? Huwag kayo magreklamo sa simula pa lang. Introduction pa lang dapat doon para tapusin nila basa yung manuscript nyo. Okay? Elaborate the nursing implication. Okay, elaborate. Identify appropriate intervention needed to meet the goal in prior. Okay, so who's going to present the IDB?
Ko po, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so sa initial database, family X is a patriarchal family with A as the dominant family member. So A here is the father and L is the mother. So the couple are live-in partners and have been residing in Piapi Boulevard, Davao City for 6 months. A, the head of the family, is 33 years old, finished grade 1, and is employed as a tricycle driver in the area. L, the wife, is 31 years old, finished 3rd year in high school, and is a full-time housewife. So, next slide, please. The family's net monthly income is 9,000 pesos coming from A's job, which is the tricycle driver. L is in charge of the family budget, the prioritizing of food, water, electricity, and clothes. Most of the budget goes to the family's nutritional needs. L stated that she doesn't know how to cook, so they just bought canned foods or ready-to-cook foods from stores in the neighborhood. She also said that she can clean the house regularly since most of their time is just staying inside their house. During the interview, the students observed that some flies were hovering, rats running, and cockroaches crawling in the wall. The source of their drinking water is the refilling station. They have concrete drainage, and they have their own toilet when they need to defecate. The house is about 810 cm times 459 cm. There are 4 windows providing for ventilation, and lighting is poor. Just 2 bedrooms where they sleep together, and then in the neighborhood, the houses are close together. Next slide po. And so this is their vital signs. L weighs 67.2, while the height is 5. That shows that the BMI is 28.8, which shows that she is overweight. And A, the partner, is 65.1 kilograms and has a height of 5'4" and has a BMI of 24.6, which is normal po. Next slide po. And more to ma'am for IDB po.
Yun lang.
Yes po.
Other informations, wala.
Ay, yung ano.
Mga assessment.
Asa rin, wala na lain sulod, ana. How old are they?
Ano
Gani?
po, 33 and 31 years old po.
This is the patriarchal norm, ano?
Yes po.
How do they come up with decision making?
Decision making po, ano po.
Oh,
They don't have a hard time in terms of decision making because because each of them tend to consider each other's opinions first before coming up with the final decision, especially regarding health matters po.
how is the relationship with the family? With the community?
The relationship with the community po.
Do they own the house?
The ano po, A po, the father is owns the house po.
Who, the husband?
Yes po.
Ano yung family house nila?
Yes po.
So, they don't pay rental?
No po.
Sa taas na lagi sila. Kayo na yun sa baba.
Lahi na to siya nga balay ata, ma'am.
Lahi na bahay.
Sa-
So, how come he owns the house?
Sa taas ilang house, ma'am, dito na jud daw siya na ano, na dito na jud daw siya ga, yung pinsan dito sa baba, ma'am.
So, who pays? That they don't pay any more rentals?
No po, ma'am. Gihati daw to nila, ma'am, ang balay. Siya sa taas niya, yung pinsan po daw sa baba.
So, saan ang galing yung bahay?
Sa family po, ma'am. Sa parents po.
Parents, o bakit
Sa-
may pinsan sa baba? Kung parents, bakit pinsan nakatira sa baba? Sige, hati nila. Bakit kasali si pinsan?
Ay, grandparents po din nila, ma'am.
Ha?
Ilang grandparents po din, ma'am.
Okay, so you should have given us a background of that. Saan galing? Bakit sila may
Okay.
bahay? So, paano yun?
Okay po, ma'am.
Religious affiliation, ethnic background? Ano sila?
Ano po, Catholic po sila, ma'am. Wala din nabutang ang table diri, ma'am.
Hmm?
Naami ano anak, ma'am, pero wala din siya nabutang sa ano po. Wala sila tribe, pero na sila ano. They're both Catholic po, and the wife, ato daw na siya og church, ma'am.
Okay, you have mentioned a while ago that the client is what do you call this? 6 months? Ano yung 6
Ano
months?
daw, ma'am?
Ano yung
Yung ano,
history nila? I don't understand bakit 6 months lang tapos yung
Ano
isa
po?
naman ano nangyari? Ano yun?
nag-live daw ang kuan, ma'am, si L, ma'am. Kuan pa daw siya, ma'am. 6 months pa daw siya dito kay nagbalhin daw siya dito, ma'am. Kay ano daw kanang before daw siya na kuan burros kay dito na daw siya nag-start, ma'am. Kay since 4 months pa siya, ma'am, mga estimated daw to niya na months na dito, ma'am, kay 6 months po. Before pa daw siya na-pregnant, ma'am, kay dito na daw siya nag-resign.
Okay. So, but you were mentioning that there is a cause. The client has a history of miscarriage, which happened on the 3rd pregnancy, and during that time, Ngayon, 4 months lang. I think the client, I know, based on what I heard yesterday, hindi pa tayo umabot sa
Eh,
part na yon. Pero bakit siya
Mm-mm.
may miscarriage and then doon siya nahulog nandun sa akyat baba sa bahay
Ano,
nito 6 months pa lang siya. Paano nangyari yun?
ma'am, sa miscarriage po kay March this year naman to siya nakuhaan sa iyang miscarriage pa sa saka na po, ma'am. Sa March 16, recently, or this year, ito siya na, ma'am, na miscarriage po.
Okay. The younger ang So, kailan siya nag-move? So, when did they plan to have a family? Kailan sila nag-start ng family na yon? Who is, iba may yung sa, who is the, yung ngayon na, na, is it the same father for the third and the fourth pregnancy?
Ang first, na sila yung first nga anak, ma'am, niya, ang yang anak dili na dito siya sa to sa basta dili siya ga live siya sa father katong first na anak nila with lahi ito siya nga partner, and then sa katong sa Toril dito siya ga live, ma'am, kato yang anak na first with with the last na partner ni ma'am, and then sa second pod, ma'am, kay
So, kailan siya nag-move? Kasi, mo siya ba?
nag-move siya, ma'am, kay kuan jud makato mga, I think mga siguro mga February or April, March, April. Since March man siya na na sa to na miscarriage sa dito na house. Mga estimated yung mga gutong 6 months niya, ma'am, kay nag-ask ko pero wala siya kabalo, so
Yeah.
estimate na
Lagi
lang daw
kung
ni.
imong tanawon, so, ibig sabihin,
So basin
Ah.
8 months siguro.
if she move, kasi kung bibilangin mo, 4 months siya ngayon eh. Tapos, kailan siya nakunan? 6 months total nun. Ayaw kung na pagkakuhaan na buntis siya dayon sa next. It's a total of 6.
Estimated rin na siya, ma'am, per mga 8 na lang, mga 8 siguro 8 months before siya na kaya dito man siya na miscarriage.
Lagi, she did not ask. When did she move in?
Ay, nag-ask ni ma'am, pero wala
Oo.
siya kahinumdum. So nag-estimate lang, anak ko lang, ma'am, dugay nakadiri na siya, bago-bago lang ko, ma'am, mga before siya na buros yung anak karon, ma'am. Na anak siya nga mga 6 months daw.
So when did they start living together?
Mga, if estimated siya, ma'am, sa base kay ma'am, 6 months. Pero I think nag-live na jud sila before pa 6 months, mga 8 months siguro, for 6 months jud to yung giingon.
Nalibog ka no, kaya wala mo nang utana. Maunay kuan, hindi kayo nag-elaborate more on that. Because
Yes
we
po,
have to
ma'am.
identify how long is the client living in that community. Okay?
Yes pa, ma'am.
How about housing? Ano nila?
Housing.
Ano ang kanilang sleeping arrangement? Are there have you seen vectors there? Have you seen hazard mga how is the household? How you described it? Water
Yung
supply, toilet facility,
ma'am.
garbage disposal dire. Bakit wala dito naka-mention?
Ay, okay. Sa ma'am, sa house nila, ma'am, kay di man may makasulod, so nag-observe mi sa gawas, and there fall hazard po yung stairs kay
Yeah,
danlog.
that's why it has to be indicated there. Wala siya
Yes
dito
po, okay po, ma'am.
ninyo. You have to describe kasi because if you don't have this initial database, how can you identify the problem?
Ay, sige po, ma'am.
Wala tayong data, wala tayong information. Kaya nga siya initial database because we need all of those information so that we can identify ano ang problema ng family natin. So that we can come up with prioritization later on. Based on the data given, yun ang kailangan natin. Pero hindi ko nakita dito. Di ba very short initial database? Wala siyang laman. How are the significant others? Are there other people there?
Wala po, ma'am.
The family life? Wala? Walang pupunta sa kanila? Wala lahat? Walang pakialam? Wala talaga?
Wala daw gaadto dito share jud daw isa sa ano ma'am.
The relationship to other family in the community, how are they?
Based
How do they
up.
relate with other people within the like people from living downstairs and the neighborhood? Ano meron sa kanila?
Based sa akong na-observe gapon ma'am kay I think they're in a good relationship with the kato labi na sa neighbor ma'am kay kato siya nagtawag-tawag na lovely na naman ko ads. I think good ilang relationship adto ma'am.
Parang wala akong nakitang content ng ano, so hindi ko alam kung ano identifier
Yes
ka na
po,
problem
apo.
mamaya. Wala gyud siya unod, no? Taka ako bakit yun lang yun tapos na yun yun lang?
Mag-add na ma'am.
O health status
Wala
of
din
each
siya pa.
family member. You did not even have, do you have OB history in here?
OB.
You don't have the OB history. You don't even have the OB history o OB history niya. Gabi dawan, kapila siya. That's part of the ang history niya. Saan natin makikita dito si Saan natin makikita dito si nabuntis siya dati, nakunan siya dati. Wala siya dito. We need to see all of those information. Sayang na lang pag-claim natin na may history siya ng ganito ganyan. Tapos wala pala dito sa info natin.
Nakakuha mi ma'am pero wala po di siya na ano.
Kaya hindi ko
Nabutang.
sinali.
Yes po, apo.
Itong net income of 9,000 coming from job, is it enough for them?
No, ano
Oh,
po.
they have the practice in it. They just bought canned goods and ready to cook foods from the source and neighborhood. They also said that she can even clean the house regularly since most of the time she is staying inside. During the interview, said there's some flies.
Sa ilaha ma'am kay
Okay,
enough
the
sa
source
ilaha
of the
daw.
income is the refilling station of water. Drinking water is a
Yes
refilling
po.
station. They have concrete drainage. Okay, anong meron sa drainage? Can you describe? They have their own toilet where they the house is about anong klase ang toilet nila?
Ano ma'am, yung tabo lang dito ma'am and
So how do you call that? Description ninyo ng mga Is the house made of wood? Is the house made of
concrete po.
concrete? Walang description. Ano yung description ng bahay nila? It should have included in here. The house is 20 square meters in floor area. There are about 4 windows, 1 ventilation, and lighting is poor. What may you say it's poor? What may you say it has 2 bedrooms where they sleep together? 2 bedrooms,
Yes po ma'am.
pero they sleep together?
Yung giingon ma'am na sila duha ka pero sleep lang sila together.
Parang magulong statement, no? They have 2 bedrooms but they sleep together. So,
Ay.
ano ba yan? Ha? Parang, kung intindihin mo siya ba, unsa ba?
It has 2 bedrooms.
What are the
Ay,
health
ano din?
practices nila? What are the health practices? What is the usual time? Waking up time, sleeping time nila, exercise, of the usual activities, of daily activities. What are the lifestyles nila? You said, like you mentioned in here, how often do they eat canned goods? Anong type ng drainage system? Is it an open? Is it closed drainage? Is it ano meron sa kanila? Ano ang merong what are the facilities available there?
May health center po sila ma'am niya ang drainage system po kay ang drainage mo dito ma'am kay nagay parts na closed yan apoy open murag bitaw.
So i-describe nyo yun.
Yes po ma'am. Yes,
About sa nila. So ito nila. You mentioned that the husband is a tricycle driver.
Yes po ma'am.
What time is the working hours of the husband? Is it regularly that the client receives 9,000? Is it
300
Is it in range? Does he always get the 300 per day? Does he work straight Does he work straight 30 days? That's if that's 300 per day times 30 days, that, or does he the other days wherein the client does not? And how does the 300 suffice their family? They don't cook. They just eat. Although they're just two. How do they prepare for the health? The client is currently pregnant. How do they get the budget for it? Medical history, wala yung kanyang past significant illnesses, beliefs and practices. Wala siya, hindi po nasali.
Yes po, ma'am.
PA, how about the vital signs of the client? Is it all normal? Did you check also the husband?
Yes po, normal po siya, ma'am. Nasa there is at PowerPoint, ma'am, pero wala siya nabutang sa ano.
Oh,
Sa
hindi ang
manual.
importante, hindi yung PowerPoint na yung importante is the
Yes po, ma'am,
manuscript.
na.
Wala siyang laman. Physical assessment, weight of the client, ano mga immunization status of the family members, does he have immunization? Meron ba siya nun? What are
Yes,
the healthy lifestyle practices of the client? What are those? Ano ang form of exercise niya? Anong activities niya? Ayaw kung sa kakanaog lang siya sa balay, natulog lang siya
Ano,
dito, higda, tindog higda, lingkod lang siya sa balay. Ano ginagawa niya?
kan, ma'am,
Parang mabuang kuha ng na routine. So ano ba talaga usual na ginagawa niya?
since na siya sa balay per minimum, di man daw siya gasaka naog, ang gabuhater daw niya, ma'am, kay galimpyo siya, like pasingot lang bitaw, dilipod lang ka ng strenuous bitaw kang mga, ng mga household chores.
How much time is consumed for cleaning? How about the rest of the day? Anong activity niya?
Mag cellphone na daw siya, ma'am.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking all of those activities. Paano
Yes,
yung tulog nila? Ano yung room nila? May naka-screen ba o hindi? O meron ba malamok ba? O paano siya tutulog? May mga electric fan ba sila? Or ano? Ano ang kanilang doon? Wala, hindi ko nakita dito yung mga eh.
Yes po, ma'am, na kulang, wala na mo nabutang jud, ma'am. Pero na-mention niya, ma'am, sa appliances, nag-ask me.
Oh,
Wala sila yung TV, pero na sila yung mga radio, wala po sila yung ref, so storage sila pagkaon, kato plastic, bito nga, katong tabunan,
Okay. How about the obstetrical history? Tell us more about the obstetrical history of your client.
Sige po, ma'am. Ang GPA niya, ma'am, kay G4P1 o A0 po. Niya ang TPAL po niya, ma'am, kaya na siya overdue. Yeah, expected niya nga manganak siya, ma'am, kay February 19 next year, according sa ultrasound niya. And po, ma'am, dili siya wala pa siya nakapa-check up sa dentist, and yung vitamins nga na-take, ma'am, kay ferrous sulfate, and na siya, na bakunahan na siya sa tetanus, and kung na siya balak magpa-breastfeed, ma'am, instead na mapalit ang mga formula. And also nag-ask me kung unsay plano nila after na ma-deliver na tong baby, nag-ask me unsay plano nila, mag-add pa ba sila og ana siya nga kung normal daw ang delivery sa baby, or normal daw ang normal ang baby, mag-add daw sila, na sila plans ng isa pa ka anak, ma'am, kung normal daw, pero kung dili daw normal, kay mag-think na ba daw sila about family planning.
What do you mean hindi normal?
If may miscarriage po, or may if overdue, since may siya history, anak, ma'am. So if may ma-happen na nagyapon, ma'am, kay dili na daw sila mag-add pa. og anak. If healthy ang baby, ano daw sila ba? Na sila plans to make another child. Pero if unhealthy po, delivery, dili na daw po.
Okay, yung OB history, first delivery, first up to fourth. Di ba tiruan kayo yung OB history ninyo? History ng kanyang ano? Is she, normal ba ang kanyang Ang kanyang tawag yan, ang kanyang...
Delivery po. Yes, CS siya, ma'am.
Hindi, I mean, ang normal
Ay.
ba ang kanyang menstruation? Regular ba siya?
Yung first baby, ma'am, kaya healthy man yung first baby, man, 11 years old na po karon.
Okay.
Yeah, ang second baby naman CS siya, ma'am, and katong overdue.
Mm.
Yeah, yung third baby po
When
kay
was that? When was that? What year? Saan siya nanganak?
Sa po, ma'am, sa SPMC. Pero wala mi naka-ask sa date, ay sa year po. Sa SPMC daw siya, ma'am, po, nanganak.
Okay, tapos ano pa?
Ay, niya, ma'am, March 16 po siya na miscarriage niya, yung fourth po, ma'am, kay ongoing po.
Okay, what's the GPA? Antipalabir
GPA po,
client. May report kayo niyan.
GPA po niya, ma'am, kay ang GPA po, ma'am, kay G4, P1, and A0 po.
G4,
G4, P1, and A0 po.
tipal.
Tipal kay overdue.
Wag na.
Yes po. Ang tipal po, ma'am, kay ano, P1, P2, o A0 nga L1 po.
T1,
Ang P1, P2, A0, and L1.
sure?
Isa ka term niya. Duha ka premature.
Ano ganyan ang GPA mo?
GPA po, kay
For
G4, GP, P1, and A0.
sure? Kulang yung bilang mo ba?
4. Ay. Ano din, ma'am? 1, ay.
At nandiyan yan lahat sa initial database nyo, kumpleto ang report mo.
Yes po, ma'am. Ang GPA po, ma'am, kay G4,
Sumbong yuta mo kay Kuan. Kay milagro sa Kaburunay. Yung GPA niyo, makabaluan na.
ano, ma'am, ang GPA po, ma'am, kay G4 niya, ano, P2 niya, A0.
Ha? Sigurado ka yan sa ano mo? Nagsasabi mo? Ha? Tugan kita mo kay Kaburunay ba? Sa iyong ano, maternity no, MCN no? Tugan kita mo. GPA tipal. Sus, mo gining dapat na din na info sa inyo kay buntis betong ipangita dire. Sa page ito, ITP 7.
Kuan, ma'am. G4, P1, o A2. Kay G4, kay upat na ano, nga, ano yun?
GPA. So,
Apo.
G,
4,
P,
P1, and A2 po.
grado ka dyan?
Isa man ang na-premature, ma'am, katong ano. Ay. Duha, A2 kay duha man ang namatay, P1 kay, no po, isa ang living karon.
Living? T, parity? Family developmental task. Let me check. ACIs, do you have questions? Paningog mo diha.
Ano, ma'am? Yung GPA nila, ma'am.
Ha?
Ay, wala kay questions, ma'am. Ang kuha lang, ma'am, is nakulangan dyan sa ano, ma'am, initial database.
Info.
Meron ginagasalita na parang ano, parang duwende. No? Kaya na pa yan ba? Ano siya na epekto na sa way tulog? Na magtingog lain? Family, nahanap ko itong family developmental task. O, naunsa na? Bruso, naunsa na magkariya?
Kuan, ma'am. Basta G4 na siya, ma'am, kay upat na ka-pregnancies. Ya, ano, ang priority po niya, ma'am, kay one live birth. Ay, kuan, ma'am. Ang G4 for pregnancies, ang priority, P2, since sa gestational age po yung isa, ma'am, overdue siya pero naabot man yapon og 9 months. Ya, ang abortion, ma'am, kay 2 gihapon po, ma'am.
Raro ka sa sagot mo?
Ay, 1.
Sa tinuod.
1 day, ma'am, 1. So,
So sa GPA?
G4, P2, A1 po.
How about the TPAL?
Tipal po, ma'am, kay ano. Kuan, ma'am. Term birth po, ma'am, kay 4 niya. Ang premature kay ano po, ma'am? T T2 1P ya P1 di ay P1 ya 8 A1 ya L1 po, ma'am.
Sigurado ka?
L1 A2. Yes, ma'am.
Ha?
Ay,
Ilan total mo?
Kuan ma'am. T2P1A1 L1 po.
T, that's 2,
T2P1A1 L1.
211,
2, yes po.
2111,
Yes po, ma'am.
22111,
2111 po.
sigurado ka?
T2P1.
Oh, isip namin mamaya ha. Okay, let's have the family developmental task. Hanap ko yung family.
So, good morning, ma'am. So, for the family development task, kay ano sila, ma'am, beginning family sila, then establish couple identity and mutual. As social beings, we have a strong desire for connection and desire belong to our observation of our parents as a single unit. The idea of couple identity has been imprinted in us through their interaction with each other and later enforced by observing other relationships with similar dynamics and the development of a sense and oneness, prioritize equality and marriage. Wait lang, ma'am. Sorry for that, ma'am. And then when couples prioritize equality and marriage, they treat each other as equals. They treat each other with respect, consider each other's needs, and encourage one another. Equal partners agree on goals and work as a team to achieve them. Ang source naman ni Ma'am kay Sally A in 2020. So, realign relationship with extended family not to include spouse not achieved siya, ma'am. Wait lang. So, not achieved siya, ma'am. The family and the grandparents was mentioned na verbalize ko to sa patient, ma'am, na ay sa ni sir pang nag-follow up question minas tong at first kay wala dili ko to ang parents sa babae sa ano ni ma'am kay sir, so mo to, ma'am. Then ang ano naman na, ma'am, you create a family structure when you marry families through marriage or a committed union. Your individual thoughts, goals, and values are part of your family system. These are influenced by your interaction and experience with your birth family when you get married or start a relationship. Your family system and your partner family system are combined. Smooth interrogation into the new family structure will reduce stress for both of you and your partner. Often, less stress translates to improved health by anonymous health-wise staff in 2021. And then next is there is a make decision about parenthood not achieved yapon siya ma'am kay wala na mo na discuss sa ano po siya ma'am sa patient.
Ano yun? Yung?
Any make decision about parenthood.
Okay.
Kay ano pa man ni siya ma'am, beginning family sila sa parts sa ni sir ug ma'am. So in a study, a parent is someone who bears significant obligation and rights in relationship to a given child. In most areas of their child life, parents typically have the power to make decisions and the ability to execute others from doing so. Parents have a great deal of control over how and what their child eat, clothes, play, studies, and interacts with others. So as long as they meet the obligation to nurture, educate, and provide healthcare to them. So from Blake and EL 2021 and others. Then mo lang sa ano ma'am, family develop na mo ma'am.
Okay. Let me check on this one. Besides, do you have questions?
None so far po, ma'am. Buong lang po na kung mabasa, ma'am.
Wala ka bang kopya ng ano?
Meron po, ma'am. Itong nasa ano nila, ma'am. G-docs nila.
Okay. Beginning family, establish couple identity and mutuality satisfying. So this is beginning family. So there's this, how you going to relate this one to the fact that the mother, the woman already have a daughter, or rather a child from the previous relationship. How was it?
For me ma'am kanang sa pag-unsan niya pag ay sakit ma'am sa how relate sa mother ma'am no kay na siya
Oh.
anak. Nag-ano sila ma'am, busy sila sa iyang anak. Then feel na ko since si mother man ang na-experience ma'am sa kanang sa ilang duwa sa beginning family kay pwede niya tuduan kanang walag igag si sir so something some decision making so saan kada ko sa bata something anak ma'am.
Okay, we have been here. Establish couples identity and mutually satisfying marriage. So why are your remarks all not achieved?
Kay first of all man kay when I kay verbalize ni client L na which is the mother na dili pa sila minyo and then also ma'am ilang relationship kay dili pa kayo dugay ma'am as verbalize ka to sa kay sir kay patient A which is anak siya na wala pa daw sila 3 years nung wala pa sila sa what may half nila na years na pagsasama.
So the relationship is just very recent lang. Wala pang 3 years.
Oo ma'am anak.
And they already have 2 pregnancies out of that relationship.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
The client just moved in. Why what was the basis for your not achieved? Dili miminyo pero dili lang ko gapuyo. What does it mean?
Sa verbalization sa patient ma'am na kanang dili minyo pero dili lang ko gapuyo. Ito nga na.
Okay. Are you telling me that this relationship is not you're not so sure about this one? Because the identity is not established. Established couple identity, did they see themselves as a couple, or did they ano doon? Ano to? Is it did they just see that relationship as something temporary?
Ay na-achieve lang siya sa mga ma'am kay dili pa man dyan sila married pero makita na mo sila na couple ma'am, and katasad tang giingon ako ma'am na dili pa kay sila dugay ma'am, so parang di pa kayo establish ang
So they are not they so they are not a family, they are just into relationship lang, di lang sila kuan. So task nila unsa man ni? How about the term for mutually satisfying marriage? Is it not the relationship is not mutually satisfying?
ilang ma'am satisfying man siya ma'am.
So ano na na-achieve ni siya? Not achieve. How are they as a couple?
Okay lang
How
sila
are
ma'am.
they as a couple? How are they as a beginning family?
Okay lang sila ma'am. Pero gaaway lang sila panagsa. So bilang achieve
What's
din
the
siya ma'am.
usual? What's the usual that causes what's the usual reason for misunderstanding?
Sa verbalize ni Sir Ato ma'am kay sa selos something ma'am, and wala man taong pagkabalo ma'am. Kaya na follow up man mi kay Sir Ato na tayo. Ang reason sa ilang marag something away atong marag recent lang daw kay selos-selos.
Selos-selos.
As
Okay.
verbalized ni Sir.
Kasi gaselo sa lalaki.
Ang babae daw ma'am kay naman daw to'y work si Sir sa una sa office kanit ma'am. Dugay daw siya goli. Selosa daw si ma'am ato na. Mo to niyawa daw siya something anak ma'am sa work. Para dito sila sige away.
So this is just a new job. So that's not stable yet. So hindi pa yun ano yung sa IDB natin, balikan natin. So that means to say that how is the relationship? So balik ka sa IDB, how are they? How often do they fight?
Panagsalang sad ma'am.
Okay. Looking at your comments in here, not achieve, realize relationship with extended family to include spouse, not achieve, make decisions about parenthood, still not achieve. Hold on ha. Ipaapas natin mo itong putod, ana, pati ka ng sa gawas. Unahala na sa palibot. Pero sa iba pa niya ito. Sa iba putod. Ano mga nagkampas ng mga dahon ba? Ayan, jacket na nako. Ay, dahil na, pangita na ako na. Okay. Making decisions about parenthood not discussed with the patient. Pero sabi kayo kung maayo ilang anak karon, mga anak pa sila balik. Okay, yun ang sinabi kanina. This is about parenthood. This is parent is someone who bears significant obligations and rights in relation to the most of the child. The parents typically have a power to make decision ability. Okay, how are they preparing for it? For their being for the upcoming baby.
Katong nagasabot sila ma'am na dapat i-stop yun di sir ayang pagpanigrilyo if mabot na tong bata, and then maulong mo na ata to ma'am, then monthly siya pa-check up si ma'am, monthly na nagapa-check up si ma'am, like dili na niya gina skip yang ano para maiwasan to niya ang overdue niya ma'am, na basin nakalimot siya anak lang ma'am, wala siya kabantay.
Okay. Teka, sandali, balikan ko kayo. Sorry for that. May naamoy kasi ako mabaho. Iinis ako. Ano yun? Okay. That's a... Okay. So looking at your developmental task, what do you think could be the possible outcome having this one family developmental task, a beginning family, and everything is not achieved? Wala silang preparation, make decisions about parenthood. The fact that you have mentioned that the client wants to have more children, if the outcome is good, is it not about parenthood, or how are they preparing for that? What are their plans about the baby? Only about smoking? How about other plans? What do they want to do with the baby? Pag naglabas na siya, anong plano nila? Wala silang plano? Wala lang?
Na sila plano ma'am, na-achieve yun dapat na ma'am.
Lagi mo say plano, lagi mo. That's why you said that gusto pala kung gwapo ang outcome. Isn't it an indication of when they said kung gwapo iyang outcome, matibig gwapong outcome, pero makulbaan man tada, no? So are they expecting an abnormal baby? Parang ganun kasi yung dating. It sounds like they're expecting something like abnormal baby. So if that is the case, what do you think? If they're talking about it, they already have the future plan about future plan. No? So I don't think there's no they don't have any decision at all. I think they have some decision. And how are they preparing? How about for the delivery of the baby? Did they talk about it? Do they have plans? Do they already have the budget? Did they prepare for it?
Naa ma'am, so walag achieve ata na ma'am until sa 2 ma'am, then sa 3 kay dili dili na mo siya dili na siya namo matawag na ma'am safe term. Matubag dahil dili na mo siya matubag kay ang wala kayo sila gaano sa ay wait lang ma'am. Ay achieve din ng ano ma'am all dapat. So nagkamali jud ang ano pagkabuhat.
How about the relationship with extended family to include spouse? Is it an extended family? They said that there's just the two of them living together. How is the relationship? Wala naman sa ibang na-mention. Although they have mentioned that the family did that like them. So does that mean na palayasin siya dun sa bahay? Because the first statement says, dili kuminyo, pero dili lang ko nagpuyo. And then pag sa second statement mo, no interaction the family doesn't like it. Yeah, usa na siya palayaso na lang siya kaya nagpuyo naman ka siya. Maggulo yung ano statement ninyo. Ano ba talaga?
Ay sa about sa grandparents ma'am kay dito aday na mali ra na pagsabot sa kauban ang giingon day ato ma'am kay dili lang sila ganahan ato na part di ay sa pang nakuhaan ang girl then wala giingan sila sa grandparents something ana pero nagmeet na si patient A o grandparents sa girl then okay lang daw sa father sa girl ang si patient A. So, ang interaction go nila mag-achieve ma'am.
Hey, why are all your answers in here? And in the first place, this is not an extended family. You said that they are just living together. Sila, that's just the two of them there. It's just like confused. With extended family to include the spouse, the alien relationship. How is it? Did they fight? Or wala naman siguro. And the fact that the client was able to stay there and live with the husband, with the partner, no? Bakit ko not achieve ito? So I'm looking at it as this relationship is doomed to fail. Pero not achieve eh. Wala na sila padulungan kung titingnan ko sila. Parang walang papuntahan tong mag-asawang ito. Murag di sila magdugay looking at it, no? You should elaborate more on this one. Do not just rely on this one. You should elaborate what are your justification. Bakit mo sinabi na not achieve, bakit achieve or ano? Anong meron sa relationship nila? You have to observe and you have to ask. Ano ba yung sinasabi nila, kinukwento nila sa inyo?
Yes, ma'am.
O ako kasabot sa content ani.
So dapat matag-achieve jud ata ni siya what to ano.
So which one? So let's
magsabi.
you have to present it again. And what are the justifications in here?
So sa establish identity and marriage ma'am kay achieve siya ma'am kay na sila plano sa bata then katong giingon sad mo ma'am tong magduga magdag na sila balak na magdagdag if normal lang ang delivery sa baby and then also sa kanang pag sabot nila na mag-stop na si sir og kanang mga vision niya if na si baby para dili something dili mo sunod sa yapak ang tong baby something anak mo. So achieve siya ang remark so matang justification. Then sa realign relationship with extended family to include spouse kay ay achieve ko this number 1 ma'am kay even though gaaway sila kay nagapangitam gyapon sila ways to resolve it at the end of the day ano ma'am. Then sa rely on resumptive extended family to include spouse.
Is the
kay-
decision to live together final?
Yes ma'am.
Because
Decision
the
nila.
statement here, dili miminyo, pero dili lang ko gapuy. It seems like, ano ba to? Final na ba itong decision niya mag-stay or not? That's something ba?
Ano ma'am kanang wala ginamim go to ni patient A diri ma'am kay masin dili sila married as a couple kay dira na siya gapuyo sa house ni client A which is ni father. So wala nasabutan yun nila ma'am na magstay sila together as a family
Okay,
in a
ang
one
ang
house.
statement nyo sounds like it's just a border. That place. Nakita niyo yung statement nyo? Dili miminyo, pero dili lang ko gapuyo. And then, border na nagkaroon siya ng anak. Parang ganun yung dating. No, if we try to look at it, it has to be a complete statement para for it to be justified well.
Yun, ma'am.
How about the relationship with the extended family?
So sa extended family ma'am kay achieve pa sa ako ma'am the ang justification ako ma'am kay even though wala nag-live sila wala nag-live together sila ang grandparents ni patient A.
Okay,
No.
why is it the grandparents as the ano? Why are the parents of the husband? That's the house of the husband's family, right?
Yes ma'am.
So nasaan pala ang parents nila?
Sa part sa grandparents sa father na side ma'am kay kabalo mi asa ay nasa lain lugar daw pero wala mi kabalo if nag-meet na si mother and sa